Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of How to Clone Ejuice. It'll actually be the final episode because I think we've got to a point now where we're pretty close. So we're going to stop there. There's no need going for a 1-1 clone because it ain't going to happen. We could go on forever. But we've got up to version 6. I've done some versions on another video. The video never aired just because I had some other things I needed to get out there first. Some other mixes, can't remember exactly what they were, but this was like almost 2 weeks ago, I guess, so we haven't had one of these for a while. But I'm going to make this the last one. I've done 2 more mixes that you haven't seen. I've done version 5 and version 6. Version 5 was very good. I've just tried it off camera. And version 6 is just going away from it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put version 4 here, 5 here, and 6 here. So, okay, you're looking at those now, so you can't see my face, which is probably good. So version 4, we had Sour Wizard, 1.5%, Fuji Apple at 3%, Hard Candy at 1.5%, Green Apple at 5%, and Apple Candy at 4%, and some sweetener. Okay, so what did we change? If we go over to here, okay, version 5, we upped the Apple Candy and the Green Apple and the Fuji Apple. We took them all up. Hard Candy went up as well. So basically we boosted all the flavours, thinking that we weren't quite up where it needed to be. And we added some marshmallow to add some depth to it. Not so much depth, but some feel to it. Give you some mouth feel. And then version 6, we dropped off the Apple Candy. I must have thought that number 5 was too on the candy side, so I dropped that off, up the Green Apple, up the Fuji Apple, and it looks like dropped the Hard Candy. So it looks like what I done was I done a shake and vape on it, and didn't like what I found, obviously, and made a version 6 straight away, whereas actually 5 is pretty good. So, alright, well, here we are, back again. So I'm going to leave version 5 right here, and now let's have a look at what we would like to change. I'm going to go ahead and take another hit of this. I've just hit the real one. Do you know what? Let's do both of them. Let's hit the real one. If we can ever get the lid off. Ruthless, you need to fix that. Alright, so there's a couple of drops of the real thing. Which good thing is I can actually taste it properly now. Don't get that bitterness with it. So I think I had some vapor's tongue. I think I had it for a week or so because there was a lot of things I couldn't quite understand why I couldn't taste things, which is not a good time to be doing a clone series, but we've worked it out. I should have bought myself a drink. I've always got a drink here. I haven't got one today. Okay, I've got the wickless coil in there. There's no cotton or anything to change out. So once we burn off the excess juice, we are ready to go again. Yeah, I think the Hard Candy may be up there a little too much. It's very good though, it's very close. So let's have a look what we can tweak here. You folks should still be looking at version 4. I've got to go back and forth between them. So if I go to the gallery and go to 4. Okay, so I already went. Okay, so the Fuji Apple went up. The Hard Candy went up. I think we put the Hard Candy back where it was. Green Apple went up. I think we'll leave that. Apple Candy. I think we might leave the Apple Candy where it was. So let's drop the Apple Candy. The sweetener, I lowered the sweetener. I think that's really helped. Although the first one is very sweet, the one I've just made is pretty sweet as well. So let's go ahead and make those changes. Let's go ahead and clone this one. When I say clone, it's an option I've got within the program here to within the app to clone it and then work on it. Okay, So version 7 is what I'm on right now. Let me just double check version 4 again. Sorry, version 5, which that one's different. Oh well, strange. Must have picked the wrong thing. Okay, so the Fuji Apple, we're going to leave where it is. The hard candy will drop down to 1.5. The green apple, going to leave that where it is, which I believe was 6. Yep. And then we're going to add some marshmallow back in. Make sure that that's back in there. The apple candy I was going to drop. I've dropped that to 4%. Add some marshmallow. And you know what? We'll add some Vape Wizard as well. So just watching JFM's live feed, and he was talking about the Vape Wizard, and I use it a lot. I just don't use it on camera very much because I'm kind of hitting them straight away, you know. And Vape Wizard needs a little time to really come in. What was I looking for? Marshmallow. Good if I looked under M. M for marshmallow. We're using Flavor Arts, and we're going to use 1.5, and we will use some MTS Vape Wizard by Flavor Art. I think I've got it under MTS, or have I? No, it must be under Vape Wizard. No, it's got to be under MTS. Where's it gone? I can't find it. This is good. I'll just take up your time and my time and just sit here flicking through this. It's got to be under MTS. It's not though. Oh, it's under Vape Wizard. I just missed it because it's the only thing under VAP. Alright, so we don't put a lot in there. Just 1 or 2 drops is fine per. I normally put in 2 drops per 15 mil. So yeah, I've put it in at 0.5%. Here it's probably more like 0.3, but it's in there. You know what? Let's put it in exactly as I think it should be. So that way, anyone following this, if I put the flavors, if I put this somewhere else, like in the premium folder, you know, I won't be able to explain that it's just a couple of drops. So we'll make sure we leave that where it is. And I think we're good to go. So what we've done is drop the apple candy just a little bit and drop the hard candy. I think we're good to go, and I think that's where we will leave this thing. It's very good. It's quite close to the real thing. Not bang on or anything, but it's fairly close. I do have some other apples that I would love to try out. I've got a sour apple by Flavora now, and I got some other apples as well, really just to mess around with this thing. But I just thought it's probably good to bring this one to an end. Maybe we'll grab another juice and have a go at that one, but whatever that may be. I was thinking of going down to the vape store tonight and having a look what they got. But I've still got some other ones that I'm working on, so I don't want to go too many of them. We're just going to make 10 mil. Well, do you know what? I'll make 15, and I can check my 2 drops per 15 mil on the MTS Vape Wizard. Oh, do you know what? I haven't got everything out yet, have I? So let me get Sour Wizard and Vape Wizard out of here. Got a lot of wizards going on. Come on, where's my Sour Wizard? There it is. I need some sweetener. With the sweetener, I need a pipette. Right there. And we're gonna need Fuji Apple, which last time I checked was under F for Fuji. There it is, got my hand on it. Alright, Fuji Apple, and we got Sour Wizard first on the list. Fuji Apple hard candy is over in the Candies. Got it. Green apple. Where's the G's? Well, I got Granny Smith by Flavourer as well. I need to mess with those. If I do manage to get closer, because I love apple vapes, so I'm going to mess around a little bit more. If I do, I'll come back on and put another video up. But I think where we've got to is kind of gives you the idea of how I do it. I'm sure other people do it different, but that's just the way I do it when I do a clone or attempt a clone. Apple candy should be right there. Marshmallow, I know where that is. Look at that, first shot. And Vape Wizard. And the sweetener is right in the middle. Okay. Alright, well let's go ahead and mix. Do you know what? Should I get my small camera out? I haven't put a small camera on the scales for such a long time. Let's go get the small camera out. I'm going to go ahead and cut here and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back again and I have the small camera out. It's been a while since we've done this, so we got double cameras again. Okay, so let's start ourselves off. I will put the recipe up here so you can see it, and you know what, I'll leave it up there the whole time I'm doing this. That way we can just keep it up on screen, and or shall I? No, I won't. Yes, I will. So this is what, do I edit this? No, we don't edit it. So indecisive I am. Oh, come on. There, thank you. Alright, Sour Wizard first. No particular reason why, it just happens to be in the mix. I guess it's one thing that's never changed on it, so it's just ended up in first place. So we've got our 1.5%, which is 0.16. Oh, no it isn't, because I've got it in 10ml and I need it in 15. There we go, that's better. Alright, 0.23. Lucky I do this all the time, because otherwise as soon as I seen 0.16, I'm like, that's not right. And you do get used to the scales if you go back. If you go back about 10 videos, well, maybe a bit more than that, maybe 20 videos before I had the scales. Yeah, it's definitely 20, maybe 30 videos. I've had them for a while now. That doesn't go in there. That goes back over here. If you go back, you'll see that I always used syringes. And when I first got the scales, I was like, I'm still going to mix with syringes. There's no problem mixing with them. But once you get the scales, you kind of just don't go back again. It's nice and fast, it's very accurate. You can see, like, you're just putting droppers in, don't have to worry about any, not that I use the syringes, I always counted drops anyway. But yeah, and this set of scales, they do exactly what I need to. Are they the best? No, but they do exactly what I need from them, and they were something like 15 bucks on Amazon. I got them on sale, and I had Amazon Prime. I've got Amazon Prime as well, so got free shipping with them, and I had some Amazon points, so I had like even some more money knocked off of them. So I got them pretty cheap, and I'm really glad I got them. If something happened to these, I'd go get another set, probably the same ones. Alright, this is hard candy. This is going in at 1.5%. Oh, and I just burped, and you would have heard that. But again, I'm not editing it. And I apologise for it, it just came out. I couldn't help it. Okay. Green Apple by TFA, which is like 5-6%. 0.93. So we can go giving that a good old squirt. Used a lot of this already. Surprised because I got a new bottle of it, and we've already really hit into it hard, which I kind of knew I would. I love an apple vape, so oh, that doesn't go in there. Yes, it does. I thought it was apple something. It needed to go under A, but it's not. It's green apple. Okay, sweetener. Let's get the sweetener next. I could use super sweet here, but we used this sweetener last time, and that's what we're going to use again. And this is just normal sucralose sweetener. And we need 0.23 of it. And I used to be a huge fan of sweetener, that's why I have this bottle. And then kind of all of a sudden just got off of it. Kind of went away from that commercial vape stuff. And I just find the commercial ones just so very sweet and strong. It's not my thing. But I'm getting back into having a sweeter vape. It's nice sometimes just to bring the sweetness out, get the sweetness in with fruits and things like that and help them come out a little bit more. Really does change them. What changes the whole mix. But I just find that it's a fine line between sweetening it and boosting the flavours and getting that perfect mix and just over sweetening. I really don't like it too sweet. Come on, 0.62. Come on, let's see, that's the trouble with these scales. There we go, it went 0.62. Right, let's put that back. Marshmallow. And we got 0.23. Okay. And then we got Vape Wizard, which this thing says 0.5, 0.05. I'm putting it in at 2 drops, so let's see where that comes out and we will adjust. Maybe it's like 0.25%. Come on, tear out scales. 1, 2. Okay, so let's take that down to 0.25%. It's not even quite registering, but we want to do just 2 drops. So let's alter that. Put down at like 0.2. There we go. All right, we've seen it go up on 0.3 just a second ago. Let's see if we can get it to read that again. No, it didn't. But 2 drops is what I want. There you go. Just went up to 0.2 then. It's trying to register something. What the Vape Wizard does, it gives it it kind of rounds all the flavors up. It takes those, especially when you're working with some strong apple like we are, which is stronger than I normally ever use it, and it just kind of rounds out those the harsh notes, I guess. I don't like using the word notes. I don't know why. I just think of music every time I say it, but yeah, it rounds out those harsher notes. And it makes it, I don't know, it just kind of brings it together. I can tell when I don't use it, and I haven't used it in many of my recipes when working in front of you folks. I guess it's because sometimes I feel as though it's cheating a little bit, you know, and I don't want you folks to rely on it to take out your imperfections, you know. It's like, oh, I put too much of this in, or this one's not quite. Let's dump some Vape Wizard in there. It's not really used for that, but it will give you a thickness in your vape, and it will just help mellow out those sharp notes, and doesn't so much boost the back ones, but as soon as you bring the harsh ones down, the back ones are obviously going to be a little bit more present. So yeah, it's a good thing to have. We're not going to put any nicotine in here. Just make sure that it's tear it out. We're going max VG, and we're going 15.9, 15.09. And I do like to weigh the VG out rather than just fill the bottle up. I feel that now it's different if you've got a bottle that you use all the time. Wow, 15.9. Well, that's not often that happens when you're putting the VG in. But if you've got a bottle that you use all the time and you know it comes straight up to the neck when it's 30 ml full, yeah, dump it in there. Who cares? But I feel if you're going such down to the fine nitty gritty, like the Vape Wizard we're putting in at like 0.2, and you know, you got 1.5 and things like, you know, we're breaking it up. We're not just going, oh, 3 of this, 2 of this, 5 of that. We're really trying to narrow this down. And I think if you're doing that, you need to get your VG right as well, because otherwise those percentages are off. If you put in too much VG, you've just taken down the percentages of your flavoring to, you know, in relation to the whole mix. So I feel that you should measure it as well, but that's just my thought. Everyone's got their own thoughts, right? Their own opinions. But then if you've got a bottle which, you know, it comes up to the neck every single time, and I think that's what some of the other mixers do. They just got a bottle that they know exactly where it is. Or they just fill it up every time anyway, and if they're mixing for themselves, who cares, right? If it works, it works. You can replicate it every time. And I think that's the biggest thing. If you're... Now, if you're making recipes kind of like I am to share with other people, I need it so you guys can replicate it as well. That's why I want to measure this stuff. If I was making it for myself, I'd probably just go ahead and fill the bottle up. That way, when I want to make that same mix again, just fill that same bottle up. Now, the only trouble is, this is where it can go wrong on you. If this thing comes out the best thing I've ever made, I'm going to want this. A little bit different. Now this I would definitely measure out the VG in afterwards. Now this only has to be a small part off, you know, that you can see that my bottle's up to there. If filling the bottle up would have gone up to there, that's like another 10%. Well, you work that out over here, I mean, you're talking a lot out, a lot of juice out, and so you can't just fill this one up to the neck, and if you did, you're going to be a long way out. So if you get what I mean, that's why I like to measure everything. That way, it can replicate it when it goes to a different size bottle. And I do use these in my all day vape. I've got 2 of these over there now. One's about here, and the other one's full up. But I leave them there to steep, and then there. That way, when I run out of one bottle, I can turn that off now. We can go straight to the next one. Okay, well, I think that's this series almost wrapped up, but we need to taste test it. Let's get this out of here. I like the blow on it. I don't know why, I just don't like to just dry burn it like that. Not just like I got a smoke alarm right above me. Don't know why I'm whispering. Whispering's not going to stop the smoke alarm going off. Okay. All right, we've got a nice dollop of that. Yeah, it's going to need steeping, because now I'm thinking to myself it needs less hard candy. It needs less. It doesn't, because we know that from the other one we just tried. And so what's happened is I've gone ahead and just shaked this, vaped it. It needs a week or 2 really to come together, especially with the Vape Wizard in there now. But I think we're good to go with this. I seriously do. Got a little bit on me. So I'm going to go ahead and put a label on this. You know what, I can do that off camera. We'll put them there. I'll make a label to go on there. And I think we're good to go with that. Go ahead and try it out. It's even if it's not the real thing, you know, if you don't think, oh God, he missed this one, this is nowhere near it, you've still got a very good vape on your hands. Why is this so... Didn't get anything on it. Maybe it's just the bottle or just my hands. Yeah, it's just my hands. My fingers are slippery. That's what it is. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for joining me for another episode of this one, the final episode. And sometime in the near future, there will be a new one that we will clone. I probably won't go on so many episodes as this. We might just do 2 or 3. You know, I'll do most of it behind the scenes and then explain to you what I've done. But and I know a lot of you will probably come on and put in the comments, hey, DIY Vapor, I love this juice, can you go ahead and clone it for me? Can you get this for me? Can you clone that for me? I try and clone the more popular juices, so it's out there for everybody, because somebody if I put content out there for one person, that doesn't help a lot of people. You want to put content out there, like Swamp Thing, the Swamp Thing by Ruthless. There's a lot of people vaping this, a lot of people have had it, a lot of people like it. So it's a good one to do. I've done the Milkman, Mother's Milk, Unicorn Milk, all these things that we all know. That's where I want to try and stay. So next time I go in the vape store to grab something, it will be something that's quite popular. And I'm going to try and stay on those lines, because it's I feel it's helping more people. So that's that. I know there was something else I wanted to say in front of you all, and it's gone. I don't know what it was. The live feed last night was a lot of fun. Enjoyed that. It's good to be back. Got some other good stuff coming up. I've got a ton of flavors a ton of recipes to put out. I've got a ton steeping. I've taste tested some of them. They're very good. I'm getting too critical of myself now. I want to be doing some more bakery ones and things like that, but I'm not a huge fan of bakery. So it's kind of, I'll try one, and then I'm like, no, that didn't quite hit the mark. But I think my expectations is too much from it. So I need to go on eliquidrecipes.com and go make some bakery stuff that people have put up there, which have got some good comments on them, and see how I feel about those. But something I like, this was what I was going to talk about. You remember the Liquid Barn? I put together 5. They give me 5 or 6 flavors. I think it was 6. It was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 6. They give me 6 flavors, and I made them all. Or was it 6? Oh God, I don't know. It was 5. I'm sure it's 5. But I made them all, and then I went back and tried them, and after they'd steeped about a week. Now this one here is steeped now for 2 weeks, and it is Baker's Touch, and it is fantastic. Like I said, I'm not such a huge bakery fan, although I have a ton of juice flavorings here of bakery. That's because I'm trying to find something that works, but this one does work. So if you're thinking of trying the Tastemaker kit from Liquid Barn, and you just want to give it a go, I highly recommend the Blue Raspberry, and definitely highly if you like a bakery cookie kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of like an oatmeal cookie. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be. I don't know if my palate's the same as everyone else's, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. But it's real nice, thick, smooth vape. And no, I'm not cloning it. These people are good enough to send me this for free. That when somebody sends me juice for free, I don't clone it. That to me is an insult. Does that make sense to you? Kind of, Liquid Barn are really nice to send this, so let's go ahead and rip this off. That doesn't happen. This is beautiful, but if I want some more of it, I'll buy it from them. That's how I feel about it. That's kind of I am a man of principles. I think I am anyway. I've always said I am. I've quit jobs because of something I didn't like there, and it was just the principle of the matter. And I'm kind of the same with this. It was the same with everything in life. But there's no way you couldn't pay me to clone it, because it's just not. It's not fair. It's not right. So anyway, I don't have to gabble on about this. It's damn good, and I probably will end up buying some more of it. I've been vaping it all day. Well, I say all day. I've been vaping my all-day vape and this one. It's fantastic. It's just, damn, I wish I could put something together like it. It's really, really good. Kind of reminds me of kind of a cookie and like an apple pie without the apple. So I guess like a pie, but it's got something that reminds me of an apple pie. Maybe it's got a little bit of cinnamon in it or something. I haven't got the best palate. I can't just taste the juice and say to you, oh, it's got this in it. But I can pick out distinct things from my flavourings here and say, that reminds me of it. I couldn't tell you what it is though, but I could say, oh yeah, this one here that I've got, you know, churro, that reminds me of it. Not that it does, it doesn't. But you know, I can look at it and say, yes, I could put this together. But with this one, I would say it's like an oatmeal cookie, like pie crust kind of thing. It's really nice. I hope to look up the flavour profile on there. Maybe they explain exactly what it's supposed to be. But anyway, all the same, it's really, really good. So this is another good point for Liquid Barn. I'm so glad they sent me this stuff. It's yeah, really, really impressive. I didn't expect this. I expected this out of them. I expected this like premium sweet juice, you know, them trying to match what other people were putting out, and they haven't done that. They've put together some, I think, some really, really good flavors, and they work fantastic. So anyway, we've gone on for far too long. Thanks for watching. It's been a fun little mini series, and stay tuned. We got some we got bunches. I got bunches and bunches of content to put out. Don't know where to start. Some nights I feel I could put out 3 or 4 videos. I've got that much. So, but I knew I had to put this one out. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you real soon. Can't just say that, can I, without doing this? Catch you later, folks.